Hello, legit KidLit viewers. I'm Tiffany.
And I'm Alexis. Today we have two special picture book guests. Let's get to know them and their books.
All right, so our first KidLit guest wears many hats: writer, illustrator, artist, educator, scholar. Give a warm welcome to Marie Boyd, author and illustrator of Just a Worm. Yay!
Hi.
Hi. Thank you, Alexis and Tiffany. I'm so excited to be here on Legit Kidlit. So thanks for hosting this morning, and I'm looking forward to chatting with you as well, Roxanne. So I am the author and illustrator of Just a Worm, and it came out this week, and I really was prompted to write this book when my son was younger, and we would go on walks, and he'd get really upset when he saw worms on the sidewalk, and I'd always tell him it's just a worm. And so I started thinking about that question and what a worm would think if it could understand me. And that led to Just a Worm, which I illustrated with quilling. And I'm excited to share a little bit of quilling with you all today.
Awesome. I love
I've
that.
never heard of quilling before, so I'm really excited to learn about it. And happy book birthday. That's so cool.
Thank you.
Yeah. Our next Kidlit guest is also an educator who writes fiction and nonfiction books to celebrate wonder and family. Welcome, Roxanne Troup, author of My Grandpa, My Tree, and many more books.
Hi, thanks Alexis and Tiffany. It is super cool to be here. I am the author of My Grandpa, My Tree, and Me, which comes out next month, and it's all about pecan farming and family.
Oh, so happy early book birthday.
Thanks.
Well, Tiffany and I love picture books so much. I like to compare my shelves of picture books to like a museum full of art and then a library with words. I love looking at the art in picture books. It's so cool what people can do. And then I love, of course, the words. Tiffany, what do you love about picture books?
Yeah, I'm not sure I can say it better than you did, but I wrote down picture books have like a mix of art, creativity, and heart. And I really love that there's truly a picture book out there for everyone, no matter what you are needing at the time or into at the time. There's something out there for everyone. So I enjoy that part of picture books.
And they're for every age. Like, I feel like you get older and you kind of, as a kid, lose track of picture books, but they're just for everyone. I'm so glad they're
Mhm.
still here. Or, like, I'm still reading them. All right, let's play a game. True or false book stack, a game we just made up. We are going to ask you to decide if a statement is true or false about each other. And if you get it wrong, you have to stack a book on your head and keep it there the entire game. So, some of these were made up randomly, and some of them had a little research behind them. And if you want to explain any of your facts about yourself, you can. If you want to defend your feelings, go for it.
Okay, so first one is for Roxanne. So, true or false, Marie's book, Just a Worm, is made using pieces of trash she found outside while hiking.
Oh, I've seen the art in her book, and I don't think it's trash related. So I'm going to go with false.
That is correct.
Okay, and then the next one is for Marie. Roxanne always remembers to water her plants at home.
I'm going to say no.
No, my poor patio plants.
I enjoyed reading that in your bio. I was like, and I can identify with that. So, Roxanne, true or false? Marie is a law professor.
I know she studied law. I'm going to say yes.
That's right.
Okay.
You guys are too good at this.
Just wait till you get a little further down.
Marie, Roxanne's favorite animal is the octopus.
Ooh. Well, octopuses are really cool and they're really smart. So I would say yes.
It's actually false for the exact same reasons. They're really smart and they can get out of anything.
Yeah, I've seen some of those videos. All right, here I go. So I'm gonna put worm on my head here and see if I can.
All right, Roxanne, true or false? Marie would rather go out to eat than cook or eat in.
Oh gosh. I know I would, so I'm gonna say true.
I don't know. I like both.
We'll go with yes. She's right.
Okay, Marie, Roxanne went skydiving just last week.
I'm gonna say no.
No.
All right. Roxanne, Marie has never been outside of the country.
Oh man, that's hard. I guess it's a 50-50 shot, right? Let's go with false.
That is correct. I've been out of the country.
And Marie, Roxanne has 3 pets.
Ooh, I'll say yes.
It depends on if you count fish and snails.
Sure. Well, I don't know.
My son has 2 fish and a snail. Sir Fitzherbert, I think.
Oh my gosh. Like, is it a big snail?
No, just clean.
Just
little
little?
pet. Yeah.
Yeah. No, they totally count. They're not just a snail. It's your next book. Oh, sorry. Not my
Okay,
turn.
so Roxanne, Marie can fall asleep anywhere.
I'm gonna say true.
That's false. I wish I could.
All right, my book.
Okay,
Marie, you're doing a great job.
Yes. Roxanne cannot stand coffee.
Ooh, I'll say that's true.
It is true. I love the smell, not the taste.
That was one I made up, so that was fun. Roxanne, Marie has a special pen to write with.
Oh man. I'd say she has a special pen to make her art with. Does that count? Let's go with true.
That is false.
Duh.
I do a lot of my writing either on my phone or on the computer, and I typically grab whatever's available.
Love it. And Marie, Roxanne rewards herself with chocolate when she meets a writing goal.
I'll say yes.
No, actually, I love chocolate, but if I ate chocolate every time that I hit a writing goal, that would probably not be good.
And that's it. Take a bow. Good job.
You definitely won.
You guys are both really good at that.
And you held your face like with each question. You guys have good
Impressive.
poker faces. Yes.
All right, so fill in the blanks. A reader who likes this book would love my book.
Whoever
And
wants to
anybody
go first.
can,
Yeah.
I would say a reader who likes A Time for Cranberries would love my book, My Grandpa, My Tree, and Me.
And I'll say that a reader who loves A Color of His Own would like my book. Just a worm.
Love it.
Cool.
All right. Marie, could you walk us through a quick art activity that our viewers can do?
Sure. So one of the insects that is in the book are these little tiny ladybugs.
So cute.
And I'm going to show how to make a larger ladybug because quilling becomes more difficult the smaller it is. So I'm going to show you how to make one like this. So what you'll need to start is you'll need a couple pieces of paper. This is 65-pound cardstock. And you're going to want to cut the cardstock into strips. And you will need 3 strips of red. These are about 1/2 inch by 8.5. And 1 strip of black, the same size. And then I also have, they're getting away from me, 1 narrow strip. This is about 1/8 of an inch of black. So you will need a quilling tool, but don't worry if you don't have a quilling tool at home, you probably have something that you can use. So here is a cake pop stick. They work really well. Here is a cotton swab that I've just very carefully cut the end off of, so you could use those. But if you're just getting started and you think this is something that you might want to try to do for a little bit, I would recommend getting a quilling tool. And you can see this is a slotted quilling tool, and that makes it just a little bit easier because you can put the paper into it and it holds it. So if you're using a slotted quilling tool, what you'll do is you'll just slide the piece of paper into the slot and then start turning it.
Ooh, that's fancy.
And then when you get to the end, you can just slide it off, and you will need a little bit of school glue. And I'm going to use the end of this cotton swab and just put it on here and hold it till it dries. So you're going to want to make 2 of those. And I made some before, so we wouldn't have to wait for the glue to dry. So you're going to take those 2, and you're going to take one of them, and you're going to add a piece of red. So I'm just going to add a little bit of glue to the end of the strip, and then I'm just going to add it where the black strip ended. And I'm not even going to bother using the tool right now. And I'm just going to wrap it around with my fingers. So you'll have something that looks like this. Then you want to let it just loosen a little bit. So you can see it uncurling. I always like that part. And you're going to put just a little bit of glue here on this side. And you're going to let that dry. So then you'll need 2 of those. So repeat all of that. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take the 2, which the black in the middle and then the red on the outside, and you're just going to put a little glue on one side, and you're going to just sort of smush these together. Like this. And so this is going to be the body of your ladybug. And then you are going to take another piece of red, and you're just going to wrap that. I just put a little bit of glue on the end, and you're just going to wrap that around the edges. Like that. And I'm going to put a little bit of glue on the end of this as well. And then I will hold that. So then while that is drying, I am going to make a black coil for the head. And I'm going to show you how to use, if you're using like the cake pop stick. You'll see when you cut the paper, you'll see that there's one side that has a little bit of like just a ledge on the edge where the paper has been cut. So that should go into the coil. It'll just give you a slightly cleaner coil. And so if you were just going to do this on the cake pop, you would just hold it and coil it. So here it is. Then I would just let it uncoil a little bit, put a little bit of glue here. And then from there, you'll take this and you'll just smash it down a little bit to form the head. So by now, hopefully the other part of the body is dry, and I will just take the head, I will dip it in a little bit of glue, and I will just put that right on top of and you can just wipe off any glue that comes out. It will mostly dry clear, so I wouldn't worry too much about it. And then for the last part, I just took the narrower strip, so that's about 1/8 of an inch, and I just sort of eyeball it, figure out how long you want the antenna to be, fold it in half, and then just take whatever you're using. I'll use the cotton swab here on this one. Yep, it has glue on it. And I would just curl the ends of both of those out. Oh, I missed it. There's one end curled. See that? And then I'll just curl the other end in the opposite way. And then just dip that into the glue. And it's going to take a minute to dry, but you can see there you have your little
So
ladybug.
cute.
So here's one that I made, and again, you can see there's a ladybug in the book. So and you can find more quilling tutorials on my website, which is marieboyd.com. So I hope you enjoy. I love quilling, and I love sharing quilling with people.
It's so much
That
fun.
was
Can you show us
so cool.
a page in your book that has like, so we can see what it looks like in the book?
Yeah, let me should have marked that page. Here is, let's see if you can see right here on the bottom, you can see there's a little ladybug.
Oh,
Oh my gosh.
that's
That's
adorable.
so cute. Oh, well, thank you for sharing that with us. That was really fun.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for letting me share.
All right, Roxanne, can you give us a little writing activity?
Yeah, sure. I use this activity a lot with kids when I'm at schools. And yeah,
Oh.
sorry, it's really all about using descriptive words and writing with our senses. And if you read the book, My Grandpa, My Tree, and Me, you'll notice that I use a lot of sensory details in it. So this is a great little companion activity. What you'll need to do is you'll need a word bank, and I can have this available on my website if people would enjoy that. But it's just a simple bank where, you know, each column is one of our senses, and you can find an object around your house. I always recommend that you pick something edible because you are going to use all your senses, including taste, and you want to make sure that whatever it is that you're tasting is tasteable. So I couldn't find, I've done this in schools with like Peeps and, you know, fun Easter candies and stuff. I couldn't find any today. And so I grabbed this lemon. And so you'll just take this lemon and you're going to examine it. You're going to check it out by sight. Write down everything that you can think of to describe this lemon by sight. Like I might say it's yellow, it's egg shaped. And then I'm going to move on to my next sense. I'm going to check its hearing. Like what happens when I scrape it or when I squeeze it? Are there any kinds of sounds that I hear? I'm going to check out smell. What does it smell like? And I'm going to write that down. Touch. Is it rough? Is it smooth? Is it bumpy? Is it hard? Is it squishy? I'm going to write all of those descriptive words down. And then finally, I'm going to taste it. And if you've ever tasted a lemon, you'll know that it's very sour. And then once I have my word bank filled out, I'm going to write a little poem. And I'll start my poem with my object as the title. So mine would start maybe as lemon. And then I'm going to add a descriptive word for each line. So I would say something like yellow lemon, cold yellow lemon, squishy cold yellow lemon, juicy squishy cold yellow lemon, sour juicy squishy cold yellow lemon. And then I'll end it again with that object word of lemon. And you can see I've done one with schools for Peeps, and you can draw a fun shape around it. So this one might be peep, yellow peep. Let's see, what do I have here? Yellow crunchy peep, yellow crunchy sweet peep, yellow crunchy sweet. What would be a smell for peep? I'm drawing
Sugary.
word bank first.
Yeah.
And keep doing that until you get to the very end, and you'd have a fun little poem all about descriptive language.
That's great.
I love that activity.
And both of those papers too. I would love to see those on your website so we can grab them and
Yes.
work, do that in school with kids. Awesome. Oh.
Wow. All right. Well,
Short-lived.
yeah, it was. She was trying to crawl on me. Well, that was really amazing to hang out with both of you. If teachers or librarians want to reach out to you, they can visit your website, correct?
Yeah.
And we have those linked below, and make sure to follow them on their social media. Keep up to date on everything.
Yeah, to all of our readers, we hope you had a great time, enjoyed the show, and are inspired to pick up their books. We'll be back next weekend with more KidLit fun. We'll see you
Thank
later.
you, Roxanne and
Thank
Marie.
you so much.
Thank you.